5 years ago, I found myself starring in my own personal Freaky Friday reboot. Entering that fraught stage we call midlife, I was struck by a reversal of fortune, a twist of fate that somehow stopped the clock. I found myself in many ways reliving a different yet equally fraught stage of life, adolescence. Here's what happened. After too many years of letting the days go by in a toxic relationship with my safe yet soul-crushing career job, we consciously uncoupled. Most people would have taken some time, taken a vacation, regrouped, uploaded to Indeed.com, stuck with the program, gotten back in the game, but I'm not most people. My first crack at adulting looked good on paper. Successful long-term committed relationship, check. Advanced degree, check. Mortgage, retirement plan, check, and check. But deep down, I was a square peg trying to fit into a round hole. Luckily, I was forced out before my edges had been smoothed over. How do you dress for success when you don't even know what that means anymore? Who was I without a title or a business card? Where did I belong without my place on the org chart? Who or what did I want to be when I grew up again? The first time I was a teenager, I was the victim of a family intervention, my addiction to the arts, my drug of choice, making music, drawing, and writing. My family foresaw a future of poverty, struggle, and shame. Theirs, not mine. They won that round. Now I was back at square one. Friends said, "You can do anything now, anything you want." But we all know that's not true. Time limits our choices. A true do-over is hard to come by. I was in it to win it this time, but the rules had to change because I certainly had. Perhaps Freaky Friday is the wrong metaphor. By this point, I was parentless, my father having succumbed to his own unbecoming. And childless by choice, there was no embarrassed tween to tell me I wasn't acting or dressing my age, and maybe that was a good thing. I became obsessed with Hamilton. I was young, scrappy, and hungry, and I was running out of time. I wasn't going to throw away my shot, but I had to find a wrinkle in time. If I could find that terrace act, I could find the magic between those two liminal points, adulthood and middle age, young adulthood and middle age, that's where the possibilities were. So I became a yoga instructor, and I alchemized my anxiety into empathy, staring down into the pit of the singing bowl. I learned how to help others find their space in their minds and in their bodies, the quiet space. Ideas kept coming. So I started design school, figuring that the least that would happen is that I would learn how to design a life that made sense, that was where everything was there for a meaning and a purpose. But makeovers are difficult. Our obsession with makeovers is problematic. Do we really want to become someone else inside and out? Grief and loss can make this extremely appealing, but maybe I just needed a make-under that would remove all the layers of people-pleasing until there was just me. Should I reskill for the new economy or just hone my strengths even if the world didn't seem to need another writer? But by now, I lost the ability to pretend to be someone other than myself, realizing this was both empowering and terrifying until I found people and places that accepted me and supported me. Well, I love you, Oprah, but makeovers are hard. There are a lot of days like this. No one talks about how terrifying it is when you don't know what's going to happen next. No one talks about how hard it is to wake up every day and face those decade-long fears. And more than my first adolescence, this time was, well, really awkward. There were hormones, there were failures, there were crushes. My friends watched from the side vicariously, wanting to see my happy ending. Sometimes I feel more myself around my new younger friends. They accept my fluidity. They make me okay with not being okay. It's a struggle to find words for this experience. A TV character who lied about her age to get a job and ended up with a hot young guy floated the term age queer, and Twitter rightly clapped back. We have a problem with age. We have a problem with ageism. And it's about time we started thinking more about the ruts in our brains and the wrinkles in our faces. This guy coined the phrase age fluid, and for a while I liked it until I found out that he was using it to convince younger girls that he wasn't really in his 60s. So we need to find a way to talk about age that is responsible and does not step on the toes of the success of gender inclusivity. So here I am now, and this is what I've learned. I embrace my contradictions, I embrace my failures, and now I am a hell-bent cheerleader for the arts, for my own writing, and for the community that has supported me. Thank you.